Hi, I'm Greg.
And I'm Derek. Welcome to the Men of the Den, and this is Monday.
Hi, everyone. Last week we did hometown gay history. So this week we're going to go a more personal approach. So we're doing our own gay history, so to speak. So what was life like for us after coming out? So my story doesn't have a great start to it. We're talking about life after coming out. Unfortunately, I didn't have the option to come out. Unfortunately, people around me decided to use me possibly being gay as a weapon because at this point, I wasn't even quite sure what I was.
All right, so now you guys want my story. Well, I came out late in the game. It was a pretty easy come out. Just basically went home for a weekend, told my parents. Mom gave me a big hug, said, "You could have told us sooner," and my dad just handed me a beer saying, "You look like you could use this." And we watched a football game and everything, what seemed to be as normal.
I basically people used it as a weapon, and I was outed to both my mother and my father on different occasions. So it sucked, and it really upset me because I was still trying to figure things out myself at that point. This happened about 5 years ago, so this was actually only when I was 29. So I was late coming out.
How did I grow personally, though? It was a humbling experience finally coming out. My friends had known for a while, and they've been pushing me. It's like, you got to do this, you got to do this, you got to do this. I had been dating. I went through some pretty negative dating experiences up until then. A couple of good ones, but
So anyway, after my father found out he was the last one, it was a bittersweet moment because obviously I hated the fact that I was outed. But my father handled it fairly well, and it actually was a moment that I was able to start moving on.
But as we went, it was just like I kind of went from as a kind of a needy person trying to figure it all out, constantly needing attention, constantly needing someone there at all times with me. I went through a pretty bad alcoholism phase. I'm not going to lie there.
For me, my first big moment was my first Pride in Halifax. So at that point, I hadn't fully accepted the fact that I was gay. Deep down, I knew I was gay, but I hadn't accepted it at that point.
Where I was just trying to find my place, everything, and I was always at the bar and just getting involved, just trying to meet people and get involved there. And eventually, I just kind of came back into my own, came back into the Derek that I knew before, and it's just like, okay, just gotta calm down, just ease up on the drinking. Yeah, ease up on the drinking, just get a level head and figure yourself out this way. Now, it came along in that point where I did meet the wonderful Greg.
And I went to my first Pride parade. And that first Pride parade, when I saw all the families and all the supporters, gay, straight, everybody that was at the parade, when I saw all the supporters, I realized that there was such a support out there for gay people. And it actually gave me the confidence to finally say, okay, I can accept this. I'm gay. I can be myself going forward. I don't have to live for anybody else. That was a huge turning point for me. In the coming months, I did a little bit of dating, had some positive experiences, had some negative experiences, as we all do. And I didn't have very long being out before I met the wonderful Derek. So this is where he comes into the picture. This is the moment where Derek and my paths converged, so to speak. Right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
So
look, Aaron, we kissed on camera. We did it. I'll do it again.
All right. So this is kind of how it happened. So I was at a sales conference for work. I had won an award. So I invited I didn't know many people. I was still relatively new to the city. I was only in Halifax for 6 months at this point. I invited one of my friends from New Brunswick to go with me to the banquet. So we went to the banquet. The plan was that we were going to go to the local bear bar the next night on the Saturday night. But we had a few drinks at the conference. We got done, and he said to me, he said, let's go tonight. So that's the night we went to the bear bar. Cue Derek.
And one of my exes decided he wanted to try to win me back. Well, I was demanding I would get my sweater back. And he came over. We had a few drinks, and he's just like, okay, let's go to the bar. I was like, I don't want to, blah, blah, blah. Okay, we go. We get there. He makes his moves on me. You see Greg. How'd the rest of it go from there?
So, me and Derek met that night. We started chatting at the bar.
Mm-hmm.
And one thing went to another, and we ended up pawning his ex off on my friend.
Mm-hmm.
And me and him went back to my hotel room. Now, you would think that this is going to become an X-rated story, but it does not. We did not hook up the first night.
Nope.
That was the intention, but we went back to the hotel room, and we actually ended up just chatting for hours. Hours. We chatted.
Hours.
Yes. So we talked a lot, and then we went to bed, cuddled, went to sleep. My coworkers didn't know I was gay at this point, so I kind of snuck them out at 6 a.m. so that they wouldn't find out. But before he left, we had made arrangements to possibly go out 2 days later on the Sunday after my friend had went back to New Brunswick. So dropped him off, and me and Derek went out for coffee.
He never left.
Coffee, then we went for coffee, and then we decided we were going to go for a slice of pizza. And then we decided we were going to go back to his house to play video games. And then we decided we were going to go for supper. And then we decided we were going to go for karaoke. But then I lived in Dartmouth, so it was too late for me to go home, so I stayed overnight. And so our first date basically ended up lasting 4 days. And honestly, from the very first moment, I felt there was some kind of connection there. At that point, I didn't know what it was, but I did feel a connection very early on. What from your point of view?
Oh, wow. I just remember the first day, we met. It was like, you're really cool. I like this guy. I remember you were trying to teach me how to play Legend of Mana, and to this day, I still don't get it. Even though you're trying to show me again recently.
I was just showing you a few weeks ago.
It's like, I still don't get it. Yeah, and it's just like the karaoke adventures, the many trips we've been on, the awkward trips we've been on, Tremblant.
But here's the thing. Bottom line in all this is we met at a good point because he had just recently come out to his parents. I was just recently outed to mine, so we were both in the same situation, so we could relate to each other's situation. And basically, the last 5 years has been amazing because we've really built a life together. You know, started off. We started off in a bachelor apartment. We're in a nice 2-bedroom apartment now. We've kind of built our way up, and we've got a long way to go.
Yeah.
But
even through our adventures as well, thanks to friends John and Trent, we made our ways through the bear community, and we're basically getting us to where we are today, to hanging out with you guys and talking to you guys about our story.
I mean, we've got so many amazing friends together. We've got our straight crew, the Amy, Kyle, Danielle. Mark.
Pretty much sunny in Philadelphia in person.
That's very true.
Yeah.
And then we've got our awesome gay friends as well that we love every one of them.
Yeah.
We love every one of our friends, but it's awesome that we've been able to build a life together at this point.
Exactly. It's just like come to friends locally, the friends internationally, and you guys, the viewers. This is everything that we've done has led up to this, and we can't thank everyone that's been involved in our lives enough.
All right, everyone. So that is it for this week. Make sure you tune into the other boys' videos this week because I think it's going to be a really interesting week to see the different stories from everybody. So make sure that everyone, please like, share, and subscribe. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Especially subscribe to YouTube because as we've mentioned in all of our videos, we're trying to get to 1,000 and we're getting closer. So we need your help. Hashtag DenRoad to 1,000. So, and everyone, if you've got any topics that you want to see us do, keep them within reason, obviously. But any topics that you want to see us do, please comment on the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, wherever. We will get those comments, and we'll try to accommodate those in the future. If this channel is about you guys, what do you guys want to see? Especially once we get to 1,000, when we get to our celebration, because we will be celebrating the shit out of that when we hit 1,000. So
I'll show you my left hit.
he does that for
1,000 likes, I'll show you my left hit.
He'll do that for free. But anyway, thank you everyone very much for watching this week, and enjoy the rest of your week.
Bye!
Au revoir!